You ever tried to put into words what the island that you just vacation on smells like? City Rhythm's interpretation of Puerto Rico is 100% spot on, but is this the next tropical fragrance you need in your collection this summer? Come back and we'll discuss, but you gotta come back. Hola, mi gente. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video of Smell Good with Jenna. I'm, of course, Jenna. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know what you gotta do: like, comment, follow, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So, normally I don't like to do new fragrance reviews before I do my fragrance haul, but this is a special occasion, the beginning of June. Those of you that may know, yo soy boricua, pa que tú lo sepa. The beginning of June is a huge weekend for Puerto Ricans all over, especially Puerto Ricans here in New York. We celebrate the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. And one thing about Puerto Ricans, we love to show our orgullo, our pride, whether it's, waving, I got it wrapped up here, La Bandera, on our cars, obviously waving the flag, on our cars, on our clothes, you name it. It's like Christmas morning. We just gotta, like, the Christmas trees come up, the Puerto Rican flags come up. And a running gag between me and one of my best friends is like, you ready? And she sends me a whole bunch of memes and gifts just showing Puerto Ricans going in. So one way that I show my pride is through my fragrances. So I had to pick up City Rhythms Puerto Rico because duh, why not? I'm passionate about fragrances and I'm a passionate Puerto Rican. So definitely had to pick this up, blind buy it. I saw the notes. I didn't even know what to expect when it came to how it smells. And then I saw the reviews, of course, on Fragrantica, and they weren't positive. But I said, I don't care. I'm going to represent my culture through my passion of fragrances. So I'm going to blind buy this and talk about it for this upcoming weekend. So City Rhythms by Niles Radim. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. My apologies, but City Rhythm is a house that showcases a lot of fragrances, and they're named after different cities, countries, and again, one of the countries being Puerto Rico. So I definitely had to pick this up. I know on the website there's quite a few different sizes: 10 ml, 30 ml, 50 ml, 100 ml. I'm a 50 ml girl. I prefer getting a 1.7 ounce. I don't need 3.4 ounces, but unfortunately a lot of niche fragrances, you gotta get 3.4 ounces. And then I'm weird, going off on a tangent here, walk with me. But then I'm weird because then once I get a fragrance from a house that's a certain size, then I need if I get more fragrances from the house, I need it to be the same size. So weird, whatever, but I like consistency. So this fragrance, I noticed though, although still stocked on the website, I noticed from a lot of discounter websites, it was constantly getting sold out. Actually, I've seen a lot of City Rhythm fragrances being sold out. So the popularity is definitely growing with the house. I was able to get this from Olfactory LLC for $139. So that was pretty cool. On the website, I know for a 50 ml is $150, but then, then you add tax and shipping. So $139, I thought it was a pretty good steal for a 50 ml. So we have it in our possession. So with the packaging for City Rhythm, I noticed that this is my third fragrance from the house, and the packaging is the same for all three fragrances, but that's typically like that for a lot of houses. I'm mad because when I did the unboxing, a chain came with this. It comes, I believe, with the 50 mls and the 100 mls, and I misplaced it, but I thought that was a really cool touch that it had City Rhythm and I believe Puerto Rico on it. Really cool. And it also comes with a postcard, which is another cool touch. And in the back, Niles describes, I guess, what his visit from to Puerto Rico was like. Not what it was like, but just essentially what he got from there. The pride, the hidden gems, and all of that. And also the notes are in the back, so I'll discuss that right now. The top, we have mango milk, pineapple, Spanish lime. In the middle, we have toasted coconut, apricot, neroli, and canary melon. And in the base, we have milky vanilla, fluffy musk, and white driftwood. I'll be perfectly honest, this fragrance actually surprised me just because of the longevity. I don't think it necessarily projects and the sillage is there. I think that's something that you have to really spray on a lot, and that might be a little too much when it comes to such a fruity fragrance, but the longevity is really there. I wore it to work this past week and it lasted all day. The only reason I had to even re-up was because at the end of the day, I just wanted to get a whiff of it. And then also too, you know, when you wash your hands, I put on moisturizer and then I sprayed the fragrance into my hand to get that moisture in my hands, and that's how the reason why I had to spray it again. But other than that, it lasted all day on me, and I was very surprised by it. And I think the reason for that is that creaminess. This is a very, in my opinion, a creamy, you get that pineapple and that mango. It's really creamy. And then you get that zestiness of lime and a little citrusness of it, but it dries down to just a really creamy array of fruits and just extremely creamy. It's the word that comes to mind, but super gorgeous. And it just reminds me of you just relaxing on the beach, drinking a cocktail, taking in the rays, you're drinking a pina colada or Bahama Mama and just enjoying the vibes. And then it dries down to the vanilla and continues that creaminess, but it's just really, really gorgeous. And I think this is a fragrance that can be enjoyed by many, definitely unisex in my opinion. I know guys tend to be a little hesitant when it comes to fruity fragrances, but I think the creamy aspect of it makes that perfect for a guy. And I think a woman would definitely love this. You know, you see our Fragrantica and all the negative reviews, and it's just like, I don't understand why people are so negative. I understand some fragrances may not be for people, but for people to say this smells rotten and it's disgusting and all these things, I'm telling you right now, this is a gorgeous fragrance. I really, really enjoy it, and it just reminds me of what going to Puerto Rico smells like. I haven't been there in so long, but I just envisioning the nightlife, the colors, the vibe, just extremely vibrant. That's exactly what this fragrance is, and it's just perfect for this time of the year where the weather is finally warming up and you just want to feel like you're on a vacation and visiting like a tropic area. This is exactly what Puerto Rico depicts. Gorgeous fragrance. So let's get into the layering combo as always. And if you guys were expecting this video to be bilingual, don't. Because one thing about Puerto Ricans, specifically New Yorkers, we are known to not being the best Spanish speakers. And I must admit, I didn't start really, my mom is Americanized and I'm very Americanized, and I didn't start making it a thing to learn Spanish until I was in my 20s and not consistent with it. So, yo entiendo, pero hablo español un poquito. So, estoy practicando. See, you know, a little something, a little whatever, something cute. Get off of me. Anyway, but that's it. Let's get into the layering combo. So, I was such in a rush to do this review and get it out for this weekend. So, I didn't really get to zhuzh up my layering combo. Not that I really do for the most part. Like, I'm not one of those people that just, again, pulls different fragrances that you wouldn't even think goes together. I'm not that person. But, you know, I didn't really have time to play with the different combos. So, you know, this is, I don't want to say basic, but a little basic. I started off from, obviously, with the unscented soap. But then we started with Bath & Body Works Waikiki Beach Coconut, just because it has that coconut factor into it. Then after that, see, I could have used my Pina Colada Tree Hut exfoliating shea sugar scrub, but see, again, just kind of put whatever together. So, you know, we'll eventually build on it. But then after that, one of my favorite brands I like to use, Canvas Beauty. I love their body glaze. It's so potent and literally a glaze. Mango Mania, just, oh, it smells good. So good. You know, it has that mango milk in the top note, so definitely wanted to play that up. And then after that, I think this is an oil and body glaze that I'm going to be using a lot, because all of a sudden I have a lot of lime fragrances. We'll talk about it in my haul. But I also used their body drops, Key Lime Divine, just to get that lime scent going on. Lime is an interesting, especially key lime is an interesting scent to dabble with, but, you know, I needed it to pair with a lot of my fragrances. So we shall see. Let me move this book here, my notes rather. And then I also used the matching body drops for Mango Mania. I used that as well to continue that mango scent. And then lastly, I don't know why I said it like that, but anyway, and continue to do that. Anyway, and then the last step was obviously City Rhythms Puerto Rico. And again, I was very impressed by the longevity. So really, really impressed by the fragrance. And if wondering, do I recommend the fragrance? Yes, I do. I'm so used to fragrances. First of all, I think the price points for the different sizes, I think it's amazing. And on top of that, you can probably get a few dollars off from different discounters like I did. But also too, I'm always, again, we're used to with tropical type of fragrances, fruity fragrances, that citrus note is very prominent. But with this, it was just the creamy factor. The creamy factor, fluffy, and just lasted all day. So yeah, I would 1000% recommend this. And I'm biased because it represents my culture. So I really, really, really dig this. So that is my video. Thank you so much for watching. Muchas gracias. Like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Let me know if you have Puerto Rico. Do you have any City Rhythm fragrances? Let me know. Stay blessed. And always remember, the best compliment one can get is that you smell so good. Wepa.